Good afternoon, everyone. It is coming into the closing minutes of the day. It is December 17th. A few more days of the trading year here, and we'll have a quick look at stocks and see what's going on for the end of day on Wednesday. So we saw on the daily time frame on the S&P 500 is that we did break that 50-day moving average today, and we're still well below that 5-day moving average on the short-term time frame here on the 30-minute time frame on the right side. We're under the daily VWAP, weekly VWAP, monthly VWAP. We broke the 50-day volume weighted average price, and if we have another sharp sale off here tomorrow, it will continue to climb over in the next few days, and that's the 20 will also start in the 20 is going to hold here in an upwards trajectory unless we get a sharp sell down to 660. So 20 days still technically rising. 50 is flattening out and will likely start declining if we get more of a rally tomorrow. But the S&P 500 below that 5-day moving average, below the 50-day moving average right now. We'll see where it ends up. Actually, one thing I want to note here quickly on the S&P 500 here on the daily time frame is some people online were calling for a double top. Now, double top isn't actually going, right now is not there. We need to break the trend line here as well as break the neckline here. So we have A, B, C, and then we have, and that's called the trend line D, and then a measured move downwards. So in the event that we do actually run down to the neckline here, which is about 40 points, and then we run another 40 points from the neckline down, that would also bring us down to the year-to-date volume weighted average price, but also it would bring us down to the Fibonacci level, which is from of 38.2% retracement off this low to this high. Would bring us right down to this 38.2, which is in confluence with the 200-day moving average, as well as the measured move off the high. So a little interesting bit of tech analysis there, just to give you an idea of potential levels. If we do see further breakdown, maybe we get involved, maybe we see a bit of a bounce in the downtrend that will suffice the Santa Claus rally. But right now we are currently in a downtrend, and it's going to take a few days for this to recover, right? If you've got to think that, let's say, for example, tomorrow we get a big strong rally day, which is probably highly unlikely, but if we do come into that week-to-date volume average price, maybe pull back, we find some buyers here, we kind of bounce around for a day or two, and then we come up, we still need that 5-day moving average here to kind of come around and start to flatten and rise. It's going to take a little bit to do that because we're going to start getting into this data here in a minute, meaning that the 5-day moving average is still going to be declined. It's going to be choppy. So keep that in mind. The Qs even weaker. We broke the VWAP from the September low, and we already broke 50-day moving average, and we are trying to find buyers here at this kind of previous level. But by the looks of it, we came down to S2 today. It looks like before the end of the day, we're highly likely to break 600 if we drop another dollar. The Qs are in a downtrend. The same with SMH. This was fueled by Nvidia today. Showed you in the midday video. It's likely where it's going down. Bitcoin right now had a nasty rally up here this morning, and then sold off hard. We are back down to pretty much the $86,000 anchor. A few more thousand down, and we're going to be hitting that. It wouldn't surprise me if we see that coming into this evening. If we have a sharp sell-off in the futures, potentially later today. But right now, Bitcoin is likely heading down. It's below all the moving averages on the daily time frame. I'd be looking for a bounce in the downtrend, like I said, on the undercut of this low as well as the undercut of this volume weighted average price. So potentially hiding down to that 73,000 level. Outside of that, let's go back to the Russell 2000. Russell 2000 is below a 5-day moving average now. It's against that 20-day moving average on the daily time frame. It's holding in there. It's doing better than most. The retailers are generally doing quite good, but outside of that, there's not really a whole lot else to talk about. XBI is starting to do some profit taking back down to that 20-day moving average. Maybe we find some supply in there, but with the general market upside down, I highly doubt it. I would say it's not a good time to buy any new XBI right now. And the financials are still holding in there quite good, but they are starting to break down a little bit on that 30-minute time frame. This 5-day moving average is going to start eating into this data here soon, which will result in the 5-day moving average starting to curl over. And we're making a pattern of lower highs and lower lows on that time frame. Outside of that, the Mag 7 is in a bit of a dire straits. Tesla pulled back to undercut this previous low here. We'll see if it rebuilds. Amazon, same thing, starting to sell off, broke below the week-to-date volume weighted average price. below the 5-day moving average. Nvidia sold off pretty hard below the 5-day moving average as expected. If we break down on 169, I anticipate if we break down 164, heading down to 157 on that 200-day moving average. PRTR is not worth a buy, it's below a 5-day. Google's below a 5-day. Microsoft's kind of curling up, but it's quite choppy in here, and it's also below a declining 50 and 20-day moving average. Meta above the 50, above the 5, sorry, but below the 50 and below the 200. Apple as well, below a 5-day moving average, broken the 20-day moving average, likely coming down to the 50-day moving average pricing area if it follows suit of all stocks. So generally, it's a good time to be patient, sit on the sidelines in cash, and wait till the market returns. Either that or be very good at day trading, but let's be honest, not very many people are. So hope that summarizes the day in the markets. Hope you all have a great evening and didn't get chopped up today. And I will see you tomorrow.